Thank you for tuning in to the B&RS Show.
Job of a bouncer. Did you ever bounce anywhere? Not you, motherfucker.
I did security,
You never bounced.
but it wasn't bouncing. I was ready to bounce if shit went down.
Everybody's ready to bounce. Are we rolling? Are we hot?
Yeah. The one thing that I remember from security guard school was they told me to observe and report. That was it. They actually told me that if I hit anybody or if I got involved with anything, that charges would be pressed against me.
It's usually how it goes. You're never supposed to be the one who initiates. Occasionally you will be. You know what's crazy? I can say I never once was the one who initiated contact, and I'm proud of myself for that. Had I escalated situations, I will not deny nor confirm. But I will sit here and confirm I have never physically been the first one to put hands on someone unless it was dragging somebody out. I never physically struck someone. Only time I struck someone is if they attempted to strike me first.
How many places have you bounced in?
Honest to God, maybe 6 or 7. Not that many. Not a lot of places. The one thing I'll say my brother taught me when I got into bouncing when he brought me in was don't do it everywhere. Don't do it for everyone. And if you don't feel comfortable or know the place you're going to, then don't go.
Some good brotherly advice right there.
He had already been in the game for a few years, you know.
He was doing that shit with Gil, right?
With Gil, with a few people, with T, with his other people before that. He started it, but he's the one who brought Gil into bouncing.
Did you bounce at the Rivington?
Which one?
There was a spot where we did the music video for "Want You Now."
No, I never there.
That's what that place was called.
That was called that was the Red Velvet Lounge.
Oh, the Red Velvet. Yeah.
Where we shot the video. I did the walking and everything with you guys. We had fun.
Hell yeah.
On the early shots, and then you guys were back there doing all the other shit. I'm like, I don't want to be around all that shit. And this nigga had let us in. Gil had set the whole shit up. And, this has nothing to do with bouncing, but he set the whole shit up. So, me and Nook had to, we produced it. So we put the money up for the spot as producers for the video to be shot. And I was up front at the bar with this nigga, and it was a girl we used to work with. He told her just come over, chill, and just act as like a bartender. He would pay her like we tip. And she just kept feeding me shots and feeding me drinks, bro. And that's why that end of that video went the way it did. We do the fucking,
Yo, you just see some. It was we're not gonna say who it was, but she got really scared.
Yo, she jumped, and I felt like such a piece of. Like when you pointed it out to me, I said, "Niggas just drinking. What do you want from me?"
And you was bouncing at that time.
I was out hurt at that time, but I was in my bouncing at that time.
Did you get hurt bouncing?
Yes.
So what happened?
Dumbass girl. I'm gonna say this dumbass girl who had gotten beat up by a boyfriend. It was the end of the night. I was Jeff knows what I'm saying. End of the night, I was in deposits getting the bags to do the kiosks and everything we had to do for walkout at the end of the night. Get that set up because we were getting close to the end of the night. So I had all the guys inside. And this is when me and my dad split, supervisor duties. And I was getting that stuff ready, and I hear a call on the radio. I hear, yo, she's getting choked by a boyfriend. We need security over here. And she broke away, and he's like, yo, I heard it on radio. She's running away. And I hear, Mr. Taylor, she's headed towards you. And I'm like, all right, I'm headed that way. She doesn't go to him where she was going. She came into the dining room towards me, and she's like, hey, ma'am. I was like, ma'am, slow down. Just stop. Security will help you, which I heard they had a call. Obviously, you're running. Runs right past me, runs away from me, runs around me, comes around through the service bar area, and then goes behind the service bar in between the viewpoint bar. Jeff knows everything I'm saying. He knows the whole layout of the area. And she's there. I'm like, all right, ma'am, you can't be there. The floor is wet and everything. I'm not noticing this. I'm in my regular work shoes. I'm going to coax out. At this point, she had already ran past me, Vella, my dad. She's down there. She's saying, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. No, I'm not going. I'm not coming out. I'm like, all right, man, we're going to get the cops. Just, you can't be here. You can't be where you are right now. We're going to take you somewhere else away, and the cops coming. As I went from, it went from regular tiles like this to ceramic tiles, which was soaking wet. And the second my foot hit the, and like while my foot was going, I felt it, and I stuck my hands out and caught myself, and I felt something just that ripped the alignment and set me on the quest. I went on a life quest after that. You know how dark of a place I was in after that. I'll say that sent me on a life quest. That slip sent me on a life quest I think I'm still on right now. And I was 25 when it happened. January 21st, my mother's birthday, 2012. That happened. I slipped on a wet floor. 25 years old. I'm 33 years old. And my back still ain't right. It'll never be right again.
How many times have you fought bouncing?
Physically fought? Like throwing blows or like dragging people out?
Let's do both.
Dragging people out more times than I care to count. Physically blows, maybe 10.
Like NBA melees.
NBA melees about 3. NBA melees about 3 or 4. One of them you know of the night before Lorenzo's baby shower for Dylan. That shit was the all out. That is the story we still talk about. Dylan's 10 years old. We still talk about that to this day. And it was just such a fucking. Were you there for that one? When this dude threw the garbage can? He wasn't there for that? Easter. Which Easter?
Jesus Christ.
I don't think I was there for that one. Nah, I wasn't there for that one. I wasn't at that. That might have been when I was out hurt. I wasn't there for that one.
It takes a certain type of person to do that shit, bro.
Like we got into some, like there was some times, man, where it was like, yo, and you know, a lot of the time, man, you know, the job of a bouncer is not a fun job, man. A lot of people think we have fun. You're having fun. It's not fun, man. I don't want to be around this, and that's why I don't like being around it now, bro. Like I started bouncing when I was 20 to 31 doing that shit. 11 years minus the time I was out hurt. About 2 years.
So what you do now, you don't really have to get physical with people?
Nope, not at all. Maybe stand in between someone who's being a douchebag and let them know you're not going to do that. Please leave or cops will be called, you know. And they realize where they are and they'll leave. And usually there's a beat cop somewhere around for us to get really fast there. So
yeah, that area is flooded, bro.
Yeah. But it's just it's a thankless job. You're easily replaceable. I love to say any moron can do it. It's not. The people like to make it. There are a lot of people, and the thing is, yeah. Like I'm being honest. Like people make it. There are people who make it harder than it needs to be, more difficult. There are people who come in with a grudge on their shoulder, other problems, and take it out there. You know, and those people are like those are like bad people to work with because they're gonna like get you into some shit for no reason. Honestly, the best I can say is the job of a bouncer is a thankless job, man. Dealing with the drunk people, dealing with people who like emotional. You'll be caught up in every type of situation: a family dispute, a domestic dispute, a dispute between friends, a drunken dispute between lovers. Like you'll get caught up in everything. Someone cheating and getting caught. Like you will literally see everything.
What's the percentage of would you say do like bouncers get hurt on the job? On the job, not like slipping on a ceramic floor, like getting poked up, getting like knocked out. Because I've seen some videos, and on World Star they got both spectrums. You got bouncers getting fucked up and bouncers doing the fucking.
That's a tough one, man. It depends where you're at, man. 'Cause I've heard of some people like who they work with got stabbed or got, you know, been in a little scuffle, got poked. They don't know how. I've heard of it happening. It's rare, but it does happen. Then usually I feel like when you see these things, you do see these in other cities, man, where I think people underestimate the size, like crowds. And I think in other cities, there's a lot more, just smaller pockets. More people have more to prove to each other.
Yeah.
There's more likelihood of crossover in smaller areas. For more problems with people. I think they frequently underestimate these with events, and stuff of that magnitude, and that's why you see these unfortunate videos. If I had to say a number, I would put it between 3 and 6, 7%, maybe. I feel like that's pretty high.
Yearly?
I don't know if I'd say yearly. It varies, but I'd say that's a fair set. Because I say I've worked. Like I said, I've done this. I was really 20 when I started this. Got out at around 31. I never had that happen with anybody I work with. Nobody ever got knocked out. I seen a couple niggas take some shots. I seen niggas not pay attention and get slugged in the head with fucking purses and tell me I don't know what was in that fucking purse.
It'll break in that shit.
Whatever it was, nigga, you got a shiner. Pay the fuck attention. Oh man. Yo, the elevator. Nah, you never wanted to get on the elevator, but you definitely never wanted to get on the service elevator. If we took you out the service exit, oof, forget about it.
A few punches thrown where no security cameras are.
But don't leave no visible marks. I had the cops tell us that. Just make sure you don't hit them. We can see it.
What's the worst kind of place to bounce at?
It depends, man. It depends. It depends mostly on the crowd and the clientele. It depends on the venue. Depends on how many people are with you, the crowd and the clientele.
You've ever had like some old upscale dude, like some high roller, try to talk down to you like you're a fucking jabroni?
Yeah. I'll tell you, one of my, I'll tell you like this. One of my first times working the door by myself when I was down on 40 Deuce. They left me there. They're like, yeah, you're moving up. We want to see how you work the door alone, towards the end of the night. I was like, we're going to leave you up there with the person for a little while, See how it goes. The person walks away for a second. I'm like, I'm cool. I can check IDs. Yeah, I'm good. Money. Yeah, go do what you got to do. A couple people come in. Guy comes up. Older black guy. Excuse me, sir. I just need to see your ID, please. I ain't showing you no ID. Like, sir, just, policy here. You have to check IDs. Everyone has to be 20. I'm clearly over 21. Now let me finish what I have to say. I'm like, listen, I just have to see ID. I'm not showing you no ID, so you're not coming in then. Like, now it's past that and by myself one of the first times I'm up there. So he takes his ID out, and I was like, he goes to reach for it. He's like, thank you. And he doesn't take it out. He leaves it like this. I was like, I need to see your ID. He's like holding it like this in his wallet. I was like, sir, can you please take it out? He's like, I ain't taking it out. I was like, I need to see your ID. So he lifts up his wallet and he takes it and goes in my face like this. And I don't know how much of this they saw, but apparently they saw him do the up to that part. And when he reached for his wallet and put it in my face, slapped this wallet down the fucking escalator, bro. And I was going for him, and Lorenzo and T came up and grabbed me, bro. Like I was about to rip this fucking dude's head off. Like, yo, who the fuck you think you're talking to, bro? And then they got in there. After they grabbed me, this motherfucker, you backing down from me. I was even like I said, I was 20. And you remember how lanky I was. I didn't really have weight on me at that time. Nigga, I'm 20 years old, braids, no facial hair, baby face, still glasses, and you were backing away from me until these fuckers grabbed me, bro. And then he wanted to come up and try to start causing a scene. It's like, motherfucker, I will rip your face off, bro. Like, this motherfucker put it up to my face. I slapped that shit down the escalator, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That was at
That was on 42nd Street.
Yeah.
That shit, yeah.
Damn.
But that one was always like that's one of the funny ones we always talk about, bro. Because son held it right, like he put it up, and I knew he was gonna try to hold it to my face. I just wasn't with it. My hand, it's like a reflex action, bro. It's like, and to this, I don't know why. If people know what my face when I was like, I need you to take it out your wallet. I don't know what that has never happened to me again. That happened that one time, and no one ever tried that again.
Yeah, because you put on weight. And you grew out a beard.
Nah, even before I grew a beard, bro. I remember before I grew a beard, and I still would have to, when they would make me,
nobody doing that shit no more.
On Fridays and Saturday nights, when they would make me and my dad swap out at the door. I hated doing the door. And they would make me and my dad swap out. Because they said because I was friendly. And my dad was too mean and by the book. and they knew that I would do what the managers wanted to bend the rules sometimes.
He's mean.
These I fucking hated dealing with some of that shit, bro. Like I hated going up there, bro. Like I hated
when you confiscate someone's ID, have they ever tried to snatch it out of your hands?
No, hell no. A fake ID? I usually put first off, I never confiscated ID unless it was fake. And when I did, I put the fear of God in them. And I bring up I was like, listen, you want to keep disputing this, here's how we can do this. You can admit it's fake now, walk away. Or you can go downstairs, get an officer, bring them up here. We can all discuss it. One of three things are going to happen. They're going to let me keep it. They're going to keep it and arrest you. Or they're going to give it back to you until you get away. 2 out of 3. Roll your dice. Roll the dice. Go get an officer. Tell them I kept your fake ID.
What they do?
They usually walk away.
They could get their money back if they go to the cops.
Yo, bro, like yo, the people would argue with me until it's like, yo, like I know it's a fake, bro. Like I'm not letting you in. I'm not giving it back either. Cause like if you get a fake ID, like you're liable. If you know that's a fake and they go somewhere else and do something stupid and get happen, they come down the line. If you let them out knowing it was a fake, you're liable. And it's crazy.
What is it like having a brawl with people and your families with you?
Different, man.
That shit is
because that big brawl,
insane,
man, and that big brawl we had. I was still working with my brother at the time. He was pulling double duty before he gave up security there for a short while. And he fucking I got sucker punched in the middle of all that shit. Like I caught a clean like sucker punch out of nowhere. I have like there was so many people. Like I'm dealing with one situation. Like I mean, like how you see it in the movies, like Chris Tucker and Rush Hour. Like who just hit me? like that. Like I just caught a clean one, knocked my glasses off and everything. When I caught the kid, my brother saw me and the kid fighting on the elevator on the escalator, struggling. Like his hand came over my head, and you know how big Lorenzo's hand is. His hand's closer to a paw. His hand came over my head, and I felt the air and heard the woof. And he like caught the kid like with this part of his fist coming down, like this coming down on his face. And I had the kid, and like I felt his body like just go limp in my hands, like he was out there, like it was like contact, like you heard, and he was out right there. But in the process of all this is before my dad came up to work with us. This is spilling downstairs. He knows we're up here. He got into downstairs as I'm on the escalator. I saw that, man. I saw like my dad on his knees, and some people trying to jump on him. My dad like pushing him off, flailing him off, and I just came down the escalators. I had already seen the lieutenant had sprayed the mace. I saw him with the can going like this down the escalator. I saw T go through it. He was still down. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going too, man. This is where it's at. We gotta go, gang. Like team first. I about to say gang first, like we didn't gang, but team first. And I was down there, went right through the mace cloud, bro. And yo, like niggas was on my pops. Like I just jumped right on his back. UFC in the back of his head, bro. Like I was UFC in the back of his head and his neck, bro. Like to get him off my pops, and when he did, right to the next one. Like and like we was there, like they were this close to putting me and Seth in cuffs. They had Seth in cuffs before when the sergeants came up and yelled at them like, "What the fuck are you doing? He works here. Like, take him off." And they had me like over this, like about to start, and they're like him too. And then they told us to go upstairs. Damn. But the fucked up shit is, and after all of the end of that melee, destruction, everything like this spilled from the 3rd floor down to the lobby on 42nd Street, everything, and had a movie letting out, everything. End of this, all of this, everything. At the end of it, about 40 minutes later, the mace is finally taking effect. Adrenaline's worn off. Like my eyes are bloodshot red. I'm tearing up because of that. I'm still angry as fuck. My hands are shaking. We talking to cops, these niggas who tried to arrest me and everything. And guess who I see who's coming down out of the movie theater and that whole shit. And he comes to check on me.
Oh,
fucking Craig and Sunni.
Wow.
Nigga, I lost it, bro. Like, he's like, nigga, what's wrong with you? What happened? Why was cops here? I'm good. I'm good, nigga. I'm good, nigga. Like, yo, like everything, it all hit me at once, nigga. But I never forget one of the few good gestures they ever gave me there. The GM and one of the people I do still respect. And funny, I saw him at my show, like my last show before it closed, like a week before it closed. the GM at the time took me into the back, and he handed me 200 cash for my glasses because I didn't find my glasses, and he just took me in the back. Him and the AGM at the time, he was like, "Yo, you find your glasses?" I was like, "Nah." I was like, he reached in his pocket, handed me 200 cash, like, "Yo, go get new glasses tomorrow." Just like that.
Shit.
It was like, "Go wash your face, go take care of that mate shit." Like, yo, like that shit was like, we went through some shit, man. Like, I wish we had my brother around more. I want to get some of the guys to do this shit. So like some of the people we worked with and really went through it,
We can
man.
do a
So you
part
can
two.
know. But like that shit was like,
Part 2 coming soon.
yeah, man. Part 2 coming soon, man. You already know where you guys get everything Bud and Roach related, man. At Bud and Roach.
And you can find everything
At
at budandroach.com.
because we do the fucking,
we
you
do
heard?
the fucking, you heard. We missed that shit twice already, bro.
Nah, those are a bit more respectful episodes.
Thank you for tuning in to the Bud and Roach Show.